signs that affect you and your health, and we wanted to have an expert weigh in, so we went straight to the man with the answers. Please welcome our very special guest today, Dr. Phil. Welcome, sir. Good to have you, as always. So glad to have you because this first topic is right up your alley. We know that therapy is a useful tool for those struggling with relationship issues, but people now in newly formed relationships, they're scheduling appointments very early on with therapists. And the question, of course, is how early is too early? Apparently, people within the first month or so of a relationship, they're going for preventative counseling. Is there a time when, you know, maybe it's too soon, or is this a good thing?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, there's a time when it's too soon. Look, we do too much therapy in this country. And I think therapy, when it's indicated and needed, I encourage people to go do it. But if you've taken somebody for a cheeseburger in a movie and you schedule an appointment, something's wrong. It should not be that hard that soon. So no, you do that when you say, okay, this is somebody that I have a future with. This is somebody I'm willing to invest in. This is somebody that I'm willing to expose myself to, learn about, put something on the table. You don't go to a relationship therapy with a casual relationship. You don't do that early. Come on, you're wasting your time.
So what about, I'll give the floor to the two of you. Obviously, long-lasting, wonderful marriages. Any good problem-solving skills for folks as they're getting into a relationship? Because obviously, everyone doesn't want to go have formal therapy, but
yeah,
I think skills early in a relationship are important.
Make them think that they're right. Let them think that they're right, Phil?
Yes, dear.
Yes, see?
Let me just throw this out there. If you're going to start to see this as a serious relationship, you should start doing what I call kind of a premarital sequence. And you should start talking about your goals, what each of you are looking for. And then you should talk about what I call the damn dailies, because that's what breaks a lot of relationships down. You should talk about expectations, about division of labor. Like, we get married and start sharing space. Who's going to do what? What do you expect me to do? What do I expect you to do? What about money? What do you expect from me? What do I expect from you? How about children? You want 9, I want none. That's a problem. So there's a list of things, and you can find them on drphil.com, and we'll post them on y'all's website as well. And it's just a list of the things that you should talk about if you start getting serious. And then if you have problems reaching agreement, then maybe it's time to go see your pastor or a counselor or something like that and say, help me resolve some of my differences here.
It's sad that sometimes two people can't just be honest with each other without a therapist involved. And I think it's come to that in many relationships. And that's unfortunate. And maybe that starts because nowadays so much dating does start via, look, internet dating, where people put a profile up and maybe it's a little dishonest. We did this recently on the show where people's profiles, the majority of them are dishonest.
Yeah. Yeah.
How old people are, how much they weigh, all these things are dishonest. And I think that may lead people to be less trustworthy, and early on, someone may say, well, let's go see a therapist so we can really figure out what's going on here.
Yeah, well, you got a head like this, you can't lie.